Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your latest offering of What's Hot, a show that focuses on the biggest buzz on the D straight. So today again, our focus will be on the commodity space. The precious metals continue to soar higher. Look at what silver is doing. It's again soared to a new record high, gone past the $89 an ounce mark as well. And it's already up by 26% already in the new calendar year 2026, again surpassing most of the other asset classes with this stupendous ongoing rally. We will also be focusing on the earnings front. Of course, the big IT earnings that have kick-started from last couple of sessions will continue. Today, it will be Infosys that will be reporting its numbers. So we will be focusing on what exactly should your strategy be ahead of Infosys numbers there. After looking at slightly ahead of estimate earnings by HCL Tech and TCS both, should you be betting big on Infosys? That's the big question that we will be asking as well. We will also be looking at some of the earnings that have already come in, including of Tata Elxsi and many others that have been reporting earnings all across yesterday after the market hours. And we will decode some of the earnings and find out some opportunities for you. On the IPO space, remember it's the Amagi Media Labs IPO that enters its day 2 and we will figure out whether this IPO is something that you should be keeping on your radar as well. Let's now welcome our guest on board. Mr. Prashant Elxsi from Mehta Equities is joining in to share with us his views on the markets and of course to decode some of these opportunities for you. Welcome to you, Prashant. Good to have you with us on the show. Again, we kick-started this entire week with some hope that, the markets will come back. But again, the external talks about tariff policies is keeping the markets on the edge. Right now, we are at around 25,712. What's your overall view on the markets right now? How are you dealing with this uncertainty and what are you advising clients?
I think good morning, Sakshi and the team, and happy Makar Sankranti to everyone. I think
Makar
today,
Sankranti.
I think today is a day where the sun changes its position to a Capricorn, and which is actually called as end of winter. So I call the end of winter should be end of volatility in the markets. So the new fresh sun will give us a lot of great momentum in the Indian markets, and I think with this we will be always heading towards the great deal which is going to happen now or today or tomorrow. The D-Day is very near to us with respect to US and India trade deal. So that will give a lot of momentum in the markets. But overall, again, we are into a very different zone right now where metals are shining like anything. Global markets are giving a lot of headlines which are keeping Asian markets under pressure. And we are in the phase of Q3 earnings as well. So there is a very mixed action in the market. And the whole day there is a huge volatility. We will be opening in a positive but ending in the negative, where FIs are keep on giving a lot of pressure in the broader market. So this will continue until unless we see a lot of big triggers which will come. And I think Q3 earnings can give a good big trigger for Indian market despite the global volatility. So overall, the focus should be on the earnings. But yes, the US trade deal will also keep us a lot of actioning headlines nowadays. But technically, 25,500 can be a major support, which can be a make or break level, where if market closes below this in this weekend, we may be heading towards more downside going forward.
Okay, got that, Prashant. Prashant, let's now dig deep into what's the buzz. Let's start with the precious metal silver and see its ongoing rally and how are you looking at it. Every day it breaks a new record. Today it's gone past the $89 mark and it could soon enter into the 90s as well. The rally has been stupendous after 180% rally in 2025. On top of that, another 26% surge is what we've seen in just the first fortnight of the new calendar year. How are you looking at this unstoppable move in silver? What are you advising clients who are constantly witnessing every day the prices surge, feeling the FOMO, again thinking that even if we would have entered the first day of January, we would still be, having about a 26% surge, something which has not happened with any other asset class. How would you look at it?
Right, rightly pointed out. But again, one should understand there are 2-3 reasons why silver is mostly in the action. One is the volatility because of the global uncertainty, the geopolitical tensions and all. That is also giving some kind of push to silver as well as gold. Second, if you see the last mutual fund data where a lot of investors are focusing and investing more on the ETF gold or ETF silver funds. So that is also giving some kind of push towards the price action in the markets, in Indian markets. But again, demand supply scenario still remains the same. Demand is very high with respect to all the new age companies which are investing more on AI, and also that they are accumulating a lot of silver for their production and all. So I think that is creating a lot of positive noise. Again on the technical levels, 82 was a level, breakout level for silver, where we in the last show we discussed if this is closed above this weekend, I think we will see 95, 98, and even 100 maybe very soon before the budget also. That is the way where markets are moving, and there is a way how silver is taking care. What we are advising, again, we are not so aggressively giving a fresh buy call on silver, but again continue to hold the old advice on investing in silver, but not giving a fresh buy call at this point of time.
Okay, got that. What about gold? How would you look at the comparative prices and the move there, and what would you advise there to investors?
I think we continue to hold a lot of positive view on the gold. I think the major geopolitical tensions will always create a lot of positive push towards gold, because a lot of global central banks are accumulating more on gold for their economic or currency stability. So that will continue to be very positive. I think $5,000 per ounce can be a target very soon.
Okay, got that. I hope viewers, you've got an overall understanding of how gold and silver prices are moving. Let me now grab your attention, Prashant, on the kind of earnings season that's got into center stage. We will focus on the IT space in a bit, but let's focus on the numbers that have just come yesterday. The Tata Elxsi space is, something that a lot of retail investors have tracked for many years. Once a wealth creator, is now testing investors' patience for last couple of years. The Q3 results show that the net profit was again down 29.6%. at around 109 odd crore rupees sequentially. Again, revenues, however, have improved by just about 4%, coming in at 953 odd crores. EBIT is up by 0.7% at 199 crore rupees. This is again a sequential improvement on the operational mark. Margins have improved sequentially from quarter-on-quarter basis from 18.5% to 21%. What is the sense that you get on Tata Elxsi numbers? Is it still out of the woods? Is it still going to be testing some more patience there? 2.7% lower for the stock price today after the earnings have come in.
I think there will be more testing period for Tata Elxsi. One should understand the business model of this. The geographical split of this business is over Europe, America, India, and rest of the world. So whenever such kind of business model is over the world and we have a lot of tariff war going on, so there is no clarity where the business will grow as on now. So it was in line with our expectation. We were expecting some kind of negativity only, but again, despite two things, one is margin has slightly improved. Maybe that would be one time advantage for the company, but again, going forward 1 or 2 quarters, they still remain under pressure until unless the tariff war, all the clientele getting more benefit with respect to the export opportunity for Elxsi. So I think we should continue to hold a negative view on this.
Okay, got that. A negative view on this even now. Remember, Q3 profit has declined about 30% sequentially and 45% on a year-on-year basis, and that's why you see a near 3% drop on the stock. Let's talk about the insurance space. ICICI Lombard came out with the Q3 results as well. Here, the net profit was down by 9% at 659 odd crores. The total income was up by 12.5% at 6,610 crore rupees. This is a year-on-year appraisal that we are talking about. Net premium earned was up 12.7% at 5,685 crores. The combined ratio is at 104.5% vis-a-vis 102.7% on a year-on-year basis. Insurance space, there's a lot of anticipation also, Prashant, that going forward, maybe into the budget or even beyond, there could be a lot of heightened interest and action. The government is looking to further change a lot of rules, regulations here. Be it with respect to the kind of commissions that some of the brokers earn, at the same time give a lot of opportunity for a fair play as far as the citizens of the country are concerned, because we are still an underinsured country when it comes to insurance, and provide a better space, better access to insurance at large. Looking at all of this, what's happening in the entire industry, the changes that it is going through, what would you advise?
Very positive. I think the way government is focusing more on the insurance space, as we know, it is very underpenetrated. So I think overall the benefits will be on the long-term basis, but short-term there may be some kind of changes which will hit the company in the shorter period of time. So that is the reason why these results are very much volatile from last 2-3 quarters. But again, if you see Q3 earnings, it was better than what market was expecting, despite just some kind of little bit muted profitability growth seen. But I think fourth quarter will be a better quarter for any insurance companies, as lot of renewals, lot of new premium growth we'll see in the last fourth quarter of every year. So that will be a quarter one should focus more on. I think with respect to price action, I think ICICI Lombard has already done a great move from last 1 month at least. So I think there will be a good profit booking attempt seen because of Q3 earnings, even though there is a good profit booking attempt in the markets.
Okay, let's now focus on Just Dial's Q3 earnings as well. You remember here, viewers, the net profit slipped by 10.2% at 117 crores. The revenue, however, improved by 6.5% to 305 crore rupees. Year-on-year comparisons there in front of you. EBITDA improved by about 9.6% at 95 crore rupees odd. Margins came in slightly higher at 31.1% vis-a-vis 30.2% year-on-year. So from the last year, there has been slight improvement across the board, but when we look at the continued negative views that we are getting from brokerage houses, they still continue. Citi has lowered the growth estimates and the multiples on Just Dial to 10 times from 12 times earlier due to continued decline in the traffic that Just Dial has been facing, and that's probably one of the key concerns. Prashant, would you also believe the same? And what are the concerns that still would probably keep Just Dial away from outperforming?
I think we should continue to have a negative view on this because the city has rightly pointed out with respect to the traffic flow. I think from last 1 year, even I don't remember when I used Just Dial for my requirements. I think that would be a trend in the market as well. So overall, with respect to quarterly earnings, it has been very much stable, 30-31% EBITDA margin, and with respect to PAT, again, there's very flat growth been seen. So I think the business model is in a very different deteriorating way. I think they should come up with some new strategies or something new which can really push up a lot of traffic growth to their platform. So if they don't do anything, I think this negativity will continue and put a lot of pressure in the P&L account and the balance sheet as well. So overall, I am very much negative on this. Expecting with respect to valuations also very high at this point of time, considering the ratios and all. I think the price action is also very much underperforming from last 1 year at least. Last February, the price was around 800-850 levels, and today it's again trading at 720 levels. So we continue to have a very negative outlook on Just Dial.
Okay, fair point. And now let's come to the Q3 earnings that we could expect today, and that's from Infosys Q3. Remember, we will also be focused on as to how the earnings have actually come in from HCL Tech and TCS, and vis-a-vis what are the expectations there. Remember, Q3 is usually seen as a weak quarter due to a lot of furloughs that happen, fewer billing days as well. Demand usually stays soft, especially the discretionary tech demand also stays soft as well. This time around, however, we have seen slight ahead of estimate earnings for both HCL Tech and TCS on certain parameters. This is despite the labor code impact that we have seen for the companies as well, even though we have seen profitability and margins take a hit there, but overall the earnings revenue front, slight improvement in the guidance is also seen as positive for HCL Tech and TCS. How would you look at the expectations on Infosys first, Prashant?
I think one should understand what Accenture said 1 month back with respect to their earnings show. They kept their guidance very much flat or something new, or tweeted to the positive way. So they are also expecting some kind of better spending from the IT clients from Accenture. So that is giving a lot of positivity for Indian IT companies because we focus more on the Western countries. But when we see HCL Tech as well as TCS, I think nothing going to come up with a very bad numbers. I think there will be a mixed set of positive numbers. I think margin may see some kind of flat or some kind of 1% downside in the EBITDA margins. But again, the top line will keep on growing very decently with respect to dollar revenue. So I am expecting a very flat company update on the Q3 earnings. But again, with respect to price action, I think downside is very much protected. I think 1550, 1560 can be a level where it can settle once the results are out. But overall, I am very much bullish. One should try to have some kind of positive outlook in the IT space. But getting one stock in the right call, I think one should focus more on the IT ETF. That is the best way to play the IT space right now.
Okay, got that. Let me also ask you if you have to now also look at HCL Tech and TCS and tell me what your preference has been, and post the earnings, what is your strategy? What would you advise clients there?
I think HCL Tech should be a better stock where it has delivered a better than expected numbers when compared to TCS. But again, it's not too early to say because if Infosys gives a very bad number, obviously the whole sector will be under pressure, and even HCL Tech as well as TCS both will come down because of the price action or the results of Infosys. But I am focusing more on the mid cap space, where I think numbers will be better than the large cap space, which is most importantly I am focusing on Coforge as a result based trade for us.
Okay. For Infosys particularly, what is the things that you want to watch out for from the management commentary side this time around, Prashant?
I think guidance with respect to the growth, again, the way how they are going to deal some kind of big update on the deal sizes. So the way they have done it in last 3 to 4 quarters, 3 to 4 quarters, they need to keep their guidance very much in the 2 to 4% range. I think if they don't change anything or they even peak it to the higher side, that will be very boosting the sentiments for Indian IT companies.
Okay, fair point. So that's as far as the IT space is also concerned, viewers. Let me also just highlight for the kind of earnings that you should be watching out for. Apart from Infosys, there's also going to be Grow, that's going to be coming out with the numbers. We also have HDFC AMC. Then we have Union Bank, HDB Financial also is going to be coming in, ICICI Prudential AMC and Vari Renewables. These are some of the other big numbers that will be coming out today. So in case you are a shareholder of any of these, keep an eye out on the numbers that will be coming out. Prashant, from any of these numbers, are you going to be keenly watching out for any? Where do you see some outperformance coming in? Especially, I think the key watch will be HDB Financial after the recent listing, Grow after the recent listing as well. How are you looking at some of these players?
I think market I would be more on Grow because it's a recently listed company, and then the way how markets have given going into volatility, and the way how business updates have come for all the broking companies, Angel One or even Motilal Oswal as well as Mr. Grow. There has been seen a little bit downside in terms of addition of new clients, but even the volumes have been coming down from last 2 3 quarters, 3 months. I think that will be seen in the results, and there will be some kind of pressure in the margins as well. So I am thinking a number from Grow will see some kind of negativity, and that price can action can see up to 150, 152 levels. But again, long term, obviously, it looks very strong for a company which has a market share of 25%. So I think Grow can be a highly watched stock today. And HDFC AMC, obviously, the way AMC business has been grown, almost like 80 lakh crore AMC, AUM in the Indian markets. So HDFC AMC obviously will be highly focused.
Okay, got that. So I hope viewers, you will definitely keep an eye out on these IPO, these new companies, recent listed companies that will be coming out with the earnings. That will be important for you to track, and now you know what kind of expectations to build. Let's also talk about the IPO space then, Prashant. We haven't spoken to you before about Amagi Media Labs IPO that opened yesterday, a 1788 crore rupees. IPO of fresh issue of 816 crores, offer for sale of 972 crores. It opened yesterday, closes on 16th January. The price band is 343 rupees to 361 rupees per share. 41 shares of a lot sizes that retail investors have to bid for, which will entail a minimum investment of 14,800 crore rupees. The listing is expected to happen on 21st of January. The pre-IPO valuation stands at 7,809 odd crore rupees. What's the company's business? It's largely on the cloud-based fast channel technology. There is a 700 plus continent kind of a global reach that the company has, about 2,000 plus channels that the company has, 100 plus countries that the company is present in. The key strength lies literally in their monetization of the streaming TV through cloud and ads, and that's what everybody has to look at. It also provides the cloud-based technology and TV and streaming platforms, like I said. So one has to really understand what are the opportunities. Currently, it seems like it has a lot of global reach. The valuations wise, and how would you look at some of the peer comparisons there? What is your sense on this IPO?
Very positive. I think the way they are into the SaaS software, which is into cloud services as well as on the streaming services, they are very different business model. Every asset-light business model in the global markets. Majorly focused on Western countries where 40-45% comes from the US and related countries. So the business model is really great when we talk about the media space, where they are changing the whole traditional way of making business with hardware and software. They are focusing more on the cloud services, and they are majorly into impression business, where whenever you see any OTT or any YouTube channel where you see some lot of ads which are being very much customized to show and make some business out of their clients. So that is giving a lot of new age style of making marketing sense in the world. So I am very much bullish on this. Before the IPO, I think 2 years back, even General Atlantic has invested in this company with a valuation of almost 11,000, 12,000 crores. But now they are offering at a very discounted level of less than almost 8,000 crores. So I am very much comfortable with the valuations what they are giving it. Yes, obviously the company was into losses, so there is some kind of risk of some kind of losses coming into books even though after the listing happens. So only risky investors should consider to have some kind of long-term outlook in this company, and it can be a great business model going forward. So it's a very different, unique niche business in the Indian listed IP space.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out, viewers, as far as the IPO space is concerned. I'm circling back to the silver prices at record high levels. There's a reason for that. You are also looking at a lot of proxy play and equities pull up because of this, commodity play. Both silver and copper prices are at record highs, and the stocks that are seen as poster boys of reflection of both these commodities, viewers, Hindustan Zinc, which largely operates in silver, is up by about 5.8% higher. Hindustan Copper is also higher in trade, again pulling up because of these record high prices. Yes, 666 for Hindustan Zinc right now, with copper prices at record highs. For Hindustan Copper is at 4.2% higher at 562 odd levels. Remember, both these stocks have had a brilliant run up in the last couple of months, and they continue to soar higher. For all those people, Prashant, who are still wondering whether they should dip their feet in silver and gold prices, copper at these levels, is it better to probably look at these stocks, Hindustan Zinc and Hindustan Copper, even though the run-up has been very strong even in these stocks in the last 6 months? Hind Copper is already doubled investors' money. Is there still any more room left for these stocks to perform?
Among the two, I think Hindustan Zinc can be a better stock where even I can have a fresh position at this point of time, where valuations are still looking very attractive, and we see the way the rally has happened from 52 week of 400 rupees and today 666, or nearly almost at the all-time high. So I think that company can deliver a better earnings going forward, considering the demand will continue for silver going forward. But again, I am not so positive on the fresh buying in Hindustan Copper the way the rally has happened in the copper. But there may be some kind of profit booking attempt seen once the Hindustan Copper results come out for Q3. So if a client would like to have a fresh position in the metal and proxy play on the Hindustan Zinc, so I think Hindustan Zinc can be a better play for a fresh buying. And the historic investors should continue to hold. I think I have a target of 720, 780 for next 1 quarter from the current levels.
Okay, I hope this has also helped you out, viewers, there as to how to look at these commodity plays via equities as well. Right, lastly, Prashant, help us understand what's on your top radar now today. As of now, of course, earnings and the upcoming budget, where are you keeping your concentrated focus? What's on your agenda right now?
I think we should focus more on two sectors right now. I think capital market would be one sector where I am focusing more on. I think Motilal Oswal and Nuvama would be two stocks one should focus for trading opportunities due to the expected Q3 earnings. Again, the second sector would be PSU as a sector. Again, I think the PSU banks can deliver a better return. The way how RBI has given a lot of push with respect to liquidity, PSU banks can deliver better return. We have seen how SBI has crossed 1,000 rupees and then trading about 1,000 rupees for many days. I think Bank of Baroda, Union Bank, Maharashtra Bank, these stocks can do really well, and which is in my focus right now.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has helped you out in understanding the key thing there. Thank you so much, Prashant, then for being with us on the edition today, and of course helping us sift through the various kind of opportunities in the markets and identify the right pockets to be in. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time as always. The markets, however, slipping lower, viewers. 25,683, 48 points of a dip is what you see. So we've tested again that 25,700 mark on the lower end. Let's see whether this volatility has to continue, or do we see a sizable comeback right ahead of the truncated stock market holiday tomorrow. Remember, because of the BMC elections in Mumbai, the stock markets are shut tomorrow. So we will have a truncated week of action, and we'll be coming back then on Friday as well. Stay tuned with us. A lot more coming up on your screens. I'll be back for the 12 o'clock edition of Daily Calls, where we answer all your stock related queries. So stay tuned for that too.
The world's most powerful double-engine coverage, where access meets expertise. Davos Brainstorm, 19th to 23rd January. Only on India Today and Business Today.